Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to cover a subject that most people know all about already, but I thought I would go over some of the things that I've learned over the years about batteries. Real common subject. Some of the stuff, if not most of the stuff that I'm going to go over in this video, you already know. But there may be somebody out there that doesn't know about this stuff, so I'm going to try to explain it as simply as I can. If you're having trouble with your bike keeping the battery charged, I'll explain why. This applies to cars, trucks, caterpillars, tractors. Doesn't matter. It's the same thing. Some of the components I'm sure are different from vehicle to vehicle, and some of the theories behind this are also going to be different from vehicle to vehicle, but the basics are the same. So let me get started. Okay, let me bring you out here to my shed and show you how I keep things maintained. All right, the Shattered bike here uses a lithium battery, and it has a different type charger, a lithium only charger. That's it right there. The green light obviously indicates that it's good. Then the Road King has a battery tender right here. It's already timed out, but it's a battery tender maintainer, and I keep it on all the time. That way you don't have any trouble. And then the Road King stays on the tender as well, and it's for AGM battery. So these newer bikes like this one have memory on them for your, and I know it's simple, but you have memory for your ECU, the odometer, things like that, the alarm. Those things all drain the battery. This one, not so much. There's not that much technology on a 99 Road King. So, and then of course, when this one's shut off, there is no drain because there's nothing to drain the battery. So it's always important, if you have something that you're not using all the time. Most people don't use motorcycles all the time. They might use it once or twice a week, if that. Some people go months. But you need to have some type of a battery tender plugged in all the time, because these batteries, once they're pulled down to zero, it's hard to get them to come back. That's why you go out and your bike won't start. You can't charge the battery. You can jump it off, but the battery just doesn't last. All right, now let me get in here and explain a couple other things for you. Okay, there's a couple ways that you can check a battery. The first way, which I think probably most people do, is they'll get a voltmeter and they'll put it on the DC setting, and they'll take that voltmeter and they'll go across the battery, positive and negative, and they'll get a reading. Let's see what this reading is. Okay, so that's 12.47. So one would think, hey, that battery's good. All right, let's check this one over here. Look at there, 12.3. Okay, so yeah, the battery has 12 volts on it, but that's the voltage just sitting there. It doesn't tell you if that battery will crank anything or not. Okay, so the other way to check a battery is with a load tester. Okay, so what you do in this case is you take, obviously, the positive, go to the positive lead, the negative, go to the negative lead. Then you're just simply going to hit the start button. All right, it shows down into the bad area, but it's holding it there. So I don't think that this battery is bad. It probably just needs to be charged. Okay, let's jump over here to this next one. Okay, let's take a look at it. It's reading about the same. It might be a little stronger, and it's holding, so it might be fine to use this battery. Now, if this were a bad battery, the needle would bury itself down to the bottom because we're putting a load on it and the battery can't take the load. So both of these batteries would be tested probably okay. All right, now I'm going to try to explain on a basic level how a vehicle charging system works. So I'm going to use a flashlight to explain that. You might say, hey Steve, how are you going to use a flashlight to show me how a vehicle charging system works? All right, well, I'm going to show you. So a flashlight has a battery. Battery makes the light work. So if we turn it on and let it run, eventually that battery is going to run out, right? Well, that's the same thing with a vehicle. The vehicle runs off 12 volts DC, any vehicle. Most vehicles, let's put it that way, runs off 12 volts DC. So it's running off of a battery. You got a lot of things using that battery. You got a radio, headlights, turn signals, ignition system, all kinds of stuff. Cigarette lighters, cell phone chargers, all kinds of stuff that's being used by energy from the car battery. Well, what you going to do when the car battery runs down? Everything's going to quit working, just like that light's going to quit working. So how does that continue to work? Why does my battery never run down? Because the vehicle has a generator or an alternator on it. Okay, so what that amounts to, if you can visualize, if I was to be able to take a cord and plug into my battery to the wall, that's pretty much an endless supply of power to keep my flashlight running. It'd be the same thing with your vehicle. But you're not plugged into the wall, you're plugged into a device that creates AC current. AC current's what comes out of the wall, and it's converted to DC, which runs your lights. Same thing inside your house. Your TV, even though you plug it into the wall, there's a DC converter inside your TV. So that is how that works. So if you are having trouble with your battery always dying on you on your vehicle, your motorcycle, your Jeep, your Caterpillar, whatever, if you're having trouble with your battery dying, it's because your power source is gone, or your battery's no good. But most of the time it's because your power source is gone. Your alternator or your generator has failed. So it's not recharging your battery as it's being used. It's about as simple of an explanation as I can give you. All right, so I hope this has been helpful. A little short video, unscripted. It's a rainy day outside, so I'm a little bit bored and thought I'd come up with something to talk about today. And batteries seem to be a good subject. So hopefully this was helpful. So, as usual, I really appreciate you watching. If you like what I do, hit the subscribe button. If you don't, thanks for watching anyway, because I know you got this far in the video. So, I'm Steve Carr, and I'll talk to you later.